now.
Good morning, Greg Flanagan here. How are you all doing today? Welcome to Fridays with Flanagan. Every Friday at 11 o'clock on our social media, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, in our groups. We do about a half hour, 45-minute episode of how we can help real estate agents improve their business, improve their life, and just improve their mindset. And of course, all that equals more money in your pocket, which is great, right? It's January 8th. Yep, January 8th, 2021. Beautiful day here in Charleston. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are. Let me straighten that out. I'm looking over here. You're over here. You know, welcome to my show, right? Hey, today we want to talk about. I hope you had a great week. It's been a super week. Little distraction here and there, but we're all good. Today we want to talk about mindset of boundaries. What is a boundary? And where this came from. Let me explain. Over the week, I had a couple of agents come to me and they're griping about people running them ragged. Here, there, times of the day, weekends, after dinner, before they even have their first cup of coffee, which is not unusual because we don't set the boundaries. And I think, when I was a newer agent, I didn't set those boundaries either. And I worked my butt off. I was working 60 to 80 hours a week, answering calls at 10 o'clock, answering messages at 4 o'clock in the morning. If the phone beeped, I thought I had to be there. So, it's not what I got into real estate for. I got into real estate for the freedom of time. Excuse me, my lips are a little dry. And until I adopted a mindset of creating boundaries and how to do it, I really was a star real estate agent. I went from here to here to here to here and created a big star. Was it good for me? No. Was it good for my family? Definitely not. Was it good for business? How much outside of business hours did I actually become a dollar producing agent with? I would say no. It was probably handling more fires than it was producing dollars. So we're going to talk about that today and how to accomplish it and how to get through it and buy it. Okay. So most people came to real estate because they heard it promises, great riches for what they believe is little or no work. And this couldn't be further from the truth. Newer agents and those with no systems find themselves working 60 to 80 hours a week to the detriment of their families and their own quality of life. These agents will take calls at all hours of the day, including family dinners, during special events, and even while on vacation. There is a fear, they have a fear that if they don't answer every email, beep, notification, or telephone call, that they'll somehow lose business. And that's furthest from the truth. That's the furthest from the truth. What are they missing? What is the person that has to hit that button? The person has to answer the phone at 10 o'clock. What are they missing? The bottom line is they're missing a system. They're missing a mindset and a system, a written set of standards that include boundaries of what is and what is not acceptable in terms of working. Our business, real estate, is about communication and relationship, correct? And it's not about being at the beck and call of every vendor, client, other agent for 24 hours a day. That's not the way we do this business. And for a healthy and balanced life, you need the downtime to relax, refresh, and re-energize your body and your mind. I mean, really, think about it. If you're going 24/7, or let's even say you're going 19/7, 18/7, that's 6 hours of sleep, you've got to take a little bit more time for your life. And on top of that, your family needs a break. Your family needs a break also. Whether you see it or not, if you're working all the time, working in air quotes, it builds stress in the family dynamic. Think about this. You're sitting at a dinner table and your phone is right there. Everybody's waiting for that phone to ring. Everybody is anticipating that you're going to pick up that phone, and they all have to be quiet. All of a sudden, it stops, right? You stop the whole family being present in the family. So this thing is the worst thing in the world. Honestly, to me, it's crazy. I think the advent of the cellular phone really has put us in a very bad position with our families. So if you're working all the time, it's going to build the stress in the family dynamic. You'll miss unique and sometimes precious moments because no one wants to disturb you or take you away from business. Your family needs you to be present in the moment, not answering your phone or checking your Facebook page to see how many likes you got from that last post. The endorphins are great, right? You see, oh my goodness, I got 15 likes, 20 likes, 30. And each time that hits, brain releases a little bit of endorphins. Endorphins makes you feel better. While it's making you feel better, it's stressing everybody else around you. Spouse across the table is looking at you going, we're having a conversation here. Why are you looking at your phone? So your family needs you to be present in the moment, not answering your phone or checking the Facebook page. There are too many stories from real estate agents who discovered too late in life and in their careers that they missed out a whole bunch. They missed a whole bunch. Somewhere down the road, all of a sudden the spouse goes, we're getting divorced. Why? Because you haven't listened to me in 10 years. Or somebody has, a tragedy hits and you lose somebody. God forbid, man, because of this phone, you lose somebody and you weren't there to answer him to talk to him on that last conversation at the dinner table. Really, really sorry to hear that, right? Sorry about that. I got to turn that thing off. That's bothersome. To a person, the most often late in life regret was spending enough time participating in their life. We've all heard this before. Guy on his deathbed, he says, so you have any regrets? Yeah, the biggest regret I have is I didn't spend time with my family. I didn't spend time with my family. Don't let that be you. I think I took this to heart about 6 years ago, because I was on that darn phone. I had two phones, and they ran my life. So we're going to talk about how to set those boundaries. Not being present in a moment during your own personal moments and notes of people they love. Don't let this happen to you. Understand that the only time you are truly working is when you are performing dollar-producing activities. We call these DPAs. The most important thing you can do is dollar-producing activity. How many hours a day do you need to do dollar-producing activity? If you're following the rules and you're doing it consistently, it's about 1 to 2 hours a day. Because if you do that consistently, just like compounding of money that you saved, every day that 1 hour will make you money. And to work that hard for that hour or 2 hours, or even 3 if you're starting up, and then to give it all away because your family leaves you, it's really tough. So we want to talk about time blocking today and how experienced agents do it. I see a lot in the social media. This agent didn't call me back. That agent didn't answer his phone. And it's usually coming from a newer agent talking about a more experienced agent, talking about an agent that actually went through this learning curve and said, you know what? It's Sunday. It's Saturday. I'm not answering my phone. It's the time for the kids and the wife and the husband. And so trying to explain this to a new agent is very, very difficult. Experienced agents have boundaries represented by scheduled time they share with their clients during the initial consultations. As part of the consultation, ground rules are set by both parties. Your boundaries should be written out, discussed with the client, and signed off as part of the client intake. So when I do a buyer's consultation or even a seller consultation, okay, I'm talking about, this is the first time we're meeting, maybe the second time we're meeting, I'm saying, okay, these are my ground rules. Here's how I work. I work Monday through Friday, and I work from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I leave my office. I go home. I eat dinner with my wife at 5:30, and we sit down and we do whatever we do as a family for the rest of the night. There's nothing in real estate that's going to change that to me today. There used to be. I used to think everything that came in had to be handled immediately. Let's take this through now. You're sitting in your chair. It's 6 o'clock at night. The agent on the other side sends you an offer. Do you need to act on that offer that night? Really, no, you don't. You're outside of business hours by now. Can you acknowledge the offer? Maybe. I don't have my phone on, so I normally don't. Nothing's going to happen tonight if you do send that to your client. Hey, Bob, I got an offer in. Here it comes. Now Bob wants to talk about that for the next 2 or 3 hours. You're losing sleep. He's losing sleep. What difference does it make? And you can't talk to anybody. There's no reason you got to be talking to people in the middle of the night or losing sleep. What difference does it make if you send that out at 8 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, Bob, we got an offer in overnight after hours. We got an offer in after hours. Here it is. You've already woken up. You looked at the offer. You digested the offer. You put your offer to them. You interpret the offer to them. This is a good offer. That's a bad offer. Not sure what this offer is. But, that can wait till the morning. That can wait till the morning. Doesn't have to be at night. I'll tell you, I used to do them at night, and it would keep me awake all night. And first thing you do in the morning is you wake up at 6 o'clock, and you're thinking about that offer. So put some hours on your workday. Put hours on your workday so that you're actually you're taking the night off. Be with your family. Be with your loved ones. The next thing is schedule times to discuss issues about their deals, showings, or other items needing your time. Normally, the first part of the day is mine. I do my morning setups. I do my savers, right? If you're following Miracle Morning. And then I go into lead generation and other team functions. And in the afternoon, I'll start answering emails and I'll start handling problems. Years ago, I'll tell you a quick story. Years ago, I was a gung-ho guy. I'd work all hours of the day. If you didn't answer my email within 5 minutes, what's taking you so long? And I remember this one specific time, going back some years, and I pounded out this email to an agent, something to do with an inspection, and I sent it out. Zoom, boom. It was very direct, hard, and I didn't get an answer. I didn't get an answer in my time frame, and my time frame is you better answer me immediately. And I shot her another message. What's the answer? And she came back and just didn't get upset, which is emotional intelligence nowadays, we call that. And she just said, listen, nobody dies in real estate. We can handle this in the morning. And I was ready, and I sat down, and I started pounding the keys. I'm going to tell her a thing. Then I stopped, and I said, wait a second. Maybe she's right. Why am I getting all upset and causing myself grief and stress, not paying attention to the kids? And it can wait for the morning. Believe me, it can wait for the morning. And as we regulate ourselves and our clients, that's the way to do it. If you get an email in the middle of the night from a client, which I have, telling me I was a worthless so-and-so, there was a time I'd answer. Not anymore. Not anymore. You just get to the point of going, that can wait for the morning. That can wait for the morning. So really, regulate your time that you're doing it. And we call that time blocking. How do you start time blocking? This is another whole week-long session. We'll be happy to help you with it. If you are looking for anything about help with boundaries, time blocking, anything like that, let me know. We run a coaching program. We have group coaching. We have single coaching. But just drop us an email in the either DM, direct message, or drop it in the comments, and we'll get back to you. But as far as time blocking goes, you time block your year, your quarter, your month, your week, your day, your hour. So the beginning of the year, this is all about putting boundaries again around where you're going to be and what you're going to do, so you live a better life. You start with your year and you put out your four vacations. Why four vacations, Greg? You know, each quarter has 13 weeks. On the 13th week, or on the first week of the quarter, I'm taking that week off. I've worked hellishly hard for 12 weeks, doing business. Those next 9 days, closes on Friday, I'm away for 9 days. Okay. Doesn't have to be far away. It just has to be far enough away where I can't drive to my office. Okay. It has to be far enough away that I can put my phone down. This doesn't include Christmas vacation and all the other vacations come along. Those are family time vacations. I'm talking about go away. For us, the beach is 90 miles up the road. We have beaches 3 miles away, but I can drive to my office, and I would. So we go either north, south, or inland, and we get away. That's what you need to do. Then you come down into your quarters. You've got your goals for your quarters. You're focusing on them. What do you need to do? You go down into your months. Put in your coaching calls. Put in your follow-up calls for your lead generation. Touching your database. All this stuff goes down into your time blocks. So I think the most important thing is when you get down into your daily time block is start with your mornings. When you're time blocking your mornings, anybody get any problem with that? You all understanding where I'm going with time block? Time blocking is such a great subject, and it takes a little bit longer than 3 minutes to run through it. I'd be happy to share with you my process here if you'd like it. Just drop your email in the comments, and I'll send it over. So we start with the bedtime. Sleep is one of the most important aspects of your mental and physical health. And set a time when you will be in bed without your phone and without your tablet. Who's guilty of going to bed and watching that phone, right? You got it in there, you listen to Audible, or I'm guilty of listening to Audible going to sleep. And to be honest with you, I'm trying to get away from it just because it keeps me awake, because I start hearing it again, right? So go to bed without your phone or your tablet. Wake up on a regular routine. Start your morning routine. We do savers, right? Silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, readings, and then scribing. Okay, keep a journal every day. That keeps your mind focused. I wake up in the morning, and I the first thing I do is when I open my eyes is I give thanks. I say a quick prayer. Thank the guy upstairs. Ask him to bless my family. Ask him to bless friends, sick people. And then I put my feet on the ground. He allowed me to wake up that morning. So give gratitude, right? Start with 5 gratitudes a day. Put your mind in the right focus. Always do the gratitudes. Look for something to be grateful for. There is always something to be grateful for, not only waking up, but so many other things, so many other people. If somebody pops in your mind, I've said this before in past, send them a text. And you can send texts at 8 o'clock in the morning. Send them a text and say, hey, I was thinking about you. Thanks for whatever. I'm real grateful to know you. And it could just be because they're a great person. It doesn't have to mean they did something for you. It could just be that you identify them as being a super kind person, a super giving person, whatever that is. Okay, so we get through the morning. We're on a drive-in. We have a stand-up every day at 8:45. We have a nice little chat. We get into lead generation and prospecting time. If you follow me, you understand that I'm not a big fan of cold calls. They do work, but right now in this environment, you need to do 70 hours of cold calls, maybe to get, 2 or 3 appointments. So I'm a big fan of working your sphere, database, door knocking. You know what? Do open houses and door knock. Again, go back through our videos. You'll see what we like to do. How you dictate your time, how you lead generate dictates what you're going to do and how much time you need. 1 hour would be database. If you get into your database, you got a strong database and a mature database, You can get in there in an hour, touch 6, 7, 8, 9 people, and probably stir something up within an hour. If you don't have a mature database, it's going to take you 3 hours to go through and get it all out. So prospecting time, appointment times. Normally, appointment times when we're time blocking, you can set up how many appointments you go on per day. Let's get serious here. Okay. I like listing appointments. 2, 3 a week is a lot. 2 or 3 a week is a lot. So as a real estate agent, you've got a lot of time on your hands. If you're a buyer's agent, set those appointments up outside your lead generation time. Set them up in the afternoon. But Greg, they only want to see it in the morning. Well, you know what? If you go back to boundaries and say, this is when I show houses, I can show you a house from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 7 o'clock at night. That gives them 7 hours. Understand something. These are people that want to buy a house. They want to get into a house. They understand that they have to take time off from work once in a while, right? This is a major purchase. They have to be very serious about it. If they go, oh, well, you know what? I got a lunch break, or I got 15 minutes here or 15 minutes there. If it works for you, it works for you. But up front in your buyer consultation, say, these are the hours that I work, and these are the days that I work. And because you work, because a lot of people have to do it on weekends and nights, you've got to make up your off time during the week. I don't believe anybody should be working Sundays, to be honest with you, but you do what you need to do. Monday through Friday and Saturday morning. Okay. You need somewhere in there 2 days off. 2 days off if you're not taking Sunday. Work half a day Saturday or a full day every other Saturday. But let's try to get some family time in there. Take Wednesday, Thursday. Go golfing, man. You know what? 4 hours. Go golfing. Go fishing. Go shopping. Do whatever you do. Put your phone away. Don't answer it. Don't look at it. If I am out golfing, you're going to see that the phone is off. It's not their time to be calling me. It's kind of selfish, but it's going to work for you. It really will work for you. You will wind up working less hours and being more productive in the hours you do work because you have to get it done during those hours, and they have to call you during those hours. So look at your time frame a lot. Look at your time frame. Appointments 1 to 7. Saturdays I work from 8 to noon. Why? I like college football. Don't be shy about it. The rest of the day is family time. I want to go fishing. I want to go college football. Whatever you want to do. But make that mandatory. Make those hard times and talk to your client about it earlier. Earlier in the consultation phase. Don't wait until it starts happening because then they don't understand it. If they start pushing back on you while you're telling them, while you're not answering them, just go back to the original conversation. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. Remember we talked when we first got together, these are the hours I work, and there are no emergencies in real estate. I understand you're stressed. I understand that you want an answer today, now, and I will get you that answer. Okay? I will get you that answer between these hours. You're not going to lose anybody, folks. Trust me. You're not going to lose anybody. And if you do, well, I'd rather lose a client than a family. I'd really rather lose a client than a family. So just like you, though, anybody got any questions on that? It's about being direct. It's about conversations about expectations of when you're going to work and how you're going to work and how you're going to answer their emails. We will answer your emails within 12 hours. That's fair. They give you an email at 6 o'clock at night, you'll get back by 8 o'clock in the morning. So, the other side of the story is, excuse me. If you talk to your client should have boundaries also. Your client should have boundaries also. There's nothing worse that I've found over the years is when an agent gasses up a client. What do I mean by gasses up a client? 8 o'clock at night, the agent's got to know. Who knows what that agent was doing all day? But all of a sudden they're gassing up a client, and that client's saying, we want it, we want it, we want it. I can't go to bed. What's the matter? Don't gas your clients up. Have that conversation with your clients. Nobody dies in real estate, okay? Ask them the same questions about when and how they want to communicate with you. Point out that there are no real emergencies in real estate, and questions can be answered within the boundaries you just set. And some boundaries to consider for clients would be, excuse me, I'm sorry. Some boundaries that you want to talk with your clients. Now, if you're talking to clients and their family people, you're single, they're single, let's talk about single. If you're single, you're 30 years old and you're single, do you really want to be looking at your phone while you're trying to dance on a dance floor? And the same thing with them, right? If your families, you got family time, dinners, birthdays, holidays, sports activities, these should be cherished. So let's talk to them like we're talking to our family. You know what, folks? I understand, you like dinners and birthdays. I don't want to disrupt that. And like me, I'm sure you don't want them disrupted, correct? That's right. We would rather not. You don't have to email us. Get their buy-in, get their okay to do that. Family time, dinners, birthdays, holidays, sports activities, special occasions, vacations, no phones, emails, or direct messages. Do not bring the phone to the dinner table. We talked about that real early, or place it on the table, even upside down. This is not my original thinking, obviously, but think about this. You sit down at a dinner table, you're going out to halls, you're going to spend $400 or $500 on dinner. And you take that phone out of your pocket and you place it right there on that dinner table, even if it's upside down. It says to me that phone is more important than I am. I have actually not bought things, purchased things from salespeople because they had this thing in their hand while they were talking to me. They're checking it, right? While we're having a conversation, they're looking to see who beeped in. Right now, my phone is off. My phone is off. Everything's off. Unfortunately, I didn't shut the lead here on because you're important to me, and I want to make sure that we have that conversation. Business hours, again, folks, I'll take care of calls from 8 to 5 with the occasional scheduled call after 5, but never during dinner or family occasions. When attempting to, here's a practice that I use. When I want to call you, I'm going to text you and say, hey, do you have time for a call? Let's schedule our calls between each other. That's with a client, a vendor, or even another real estate agent. What time's a great time to have a telephone call? And it's going to be between business hours. They come back and go 8 p.m. I really can't make that. How about tomorrow morning at 9? Okay, so be bold about that. Go back and do it. Create and keep certain hours. Attempt to schedule calls with others, vendors, or other agents. Teach them to text you and ask. Have them text you. You know what? You want to make a call with me? Give me a text. Let's set up an appointment. Never take a call, text, or social media message while you're with a client. In fact, shut the phone off. It is rude to be looking at your phone while with a client. They're paying you a lot of money to be present and understand and attentive. Leave the phone. Boy, think about that. They're going to pay you, average in our neighborhood is $8,000. And you're talking on your phone, figuring out what time the beer run is this afternoon with your buddy. Not real cool. Not real cool. I'd be a little ticked off if you did it to me. Working weekends. Weekend work normally consists of showing homes and open houses. It's also when family is home and would like you to be around. Come to a happy medium with the family. You have to discuss this with your family. Folks, I'm going to be working for 4 hours in the morning and, maybe a little bit over, maybe 1 o'clock or so. And they'd like you to be around. Come to a happy medium with the family. Hone your skills on showing homes, which you can see later on in a different category. Don't go showing 14 homes on a Saturday morning. It's not going to work. Break it down. The people that are going out Saturday morning, get them very, very focused, very laser beam. Pick the 3 top houses. Let's go out and look at them. We don't have a lot of time this morning, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. Let's pick the top 3 houses that you're sure that these are 3 houses that you'd maybe like to buy. Okay, you don't need to see every house on the market. Okay, here's a quote. Mr. Client, I show homes between the hours of 9 and 12 on Saturdays. Will that work for you? Or Mr. Client, that is my scheduled day off with my family. Would you mind if agent so-and-so takes you around? Always have a backup agent that you trust, like, and trust, right? Have them go to the showing. Maybe you swap off back and forth every other weekend, have an agreement, understand how you're going to get paid. For the most part, I do it, done it for years, and we pretty much have handshakes. If I don't charge anybody, if we're out and I'm doing a favor for you and they need to write an offer, I'm going to write the offer for you because you're going to do the same thing for me. So it's a wash, right? Just be good. The other one that works real well, and how can you argue with this? Hey, Mr. Buyer, that's my scheduled day off with family. Could we reschedule for Monday at 3? Or, when you throw in there that this is about family, it's very hard for anybody to say, screw your family. We're not going to worry about your family. So, ask them, this is about my family. I've already got plans with my family. Happy to do it, or I'll get somebody else to do it for me. Do you mind if somebody else shows you the house? If it's something you like, I can come back on Monday and look at it with you. Okay? I'm going to give you a great agent. Any chance you can take a few hours off? This goes back, we talked about it earlier. They're the ones buying a house, and they're coming to you to help them. So don't be bashful about asking them, would you mind, could you get out of work for a couple of hours on Monday and we'll shoot over there and see that house? Sure. And they'll probably do it. They're happy to get out of work. They're happy. I don't know about these times. So any questions on that? Any questions? Did I hopefully brought you some value today? Once you learn boundaries and once you can articulate to your client during an expectation consultation while you're onboarding these clients, this should be part of what you do. This should be a conversation that you have. I can guarantee you that you're not going to lose any money. You might have to negotiate a little bit. If the guy works 16 hours a day, Monday through Friday, obviously you're going to be showing him houses on Saturday morning or midnights. Who knows? But if there's anything out there that you don't understand, please drop me a note. Happy to help you. How can you get hold of me? Power Onward Masterminds.com. Mastermind, singular. Okay. We run a group coaching program there for, I think it's $40 a month. And for that, you get about 10 hours worth of coaching. You get 15-minute stand-ups every morning, 30-minute content every week, 30 minutes of questions and answers every week. You can drop questions and answers. And you get an exclusive 60-minute interview with people I feel that help us, number one, create a better life, and number two, become better real estate agents. And people, just a better person, all-around person. I used to think this job was a very pound the earth, gotta win, competitive job. And I've found over the years that the only competition I have is myself. When I allow myself to be a little bit more creative with my mind, it gets easier every year. It gets easier every year, right? I'm not in competition with you. I'm in competition with myself. And when I make the rules, competition gets pretty unfair when I'm the one making the rules. Celeste, this is a great. Thank you, Greg. I've been struggling with boundaries and being available at every client's beck and call, and that's exhausting. Celeste, put it on mute. Just put it on mute. You're not going to miss anything. They'll call you back in the morning. Maybe you want to set up a 5 o'clock changeover on your voicemail. Say, hey, this is Celeste. I'm with family this evening. Always put the family in. I'm with family this evening. Happy to give you a call back first thing in the morning. Okay? You will go to sleep a lot earlier every day, and your kids will love you for it. All right? Any other questions? Hey, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you next Friday. Every Friday, 11 a.m., social media channel, any one of our social media channels. If throughout the week you want to get hold of me, just reach out. It's Greg at poweronwardmastermind.com. And I would love, here's what's happening with Facebook real quick. If you are on my Facebook page and you have liked it, I'm going to need you to follow it. Facebook is changing their algorithms, and understand this, they're doing it for your pages too. They are doing away with the like button. And the only thing they're going to be whatever that word is, the only thing they're going to be indexing is the follow. And you will not get any information unless you're following people. So please do me a favor, follow if you enjoyed it. Share this with a friend, and we'd appreciate it. All right. Have a great day, folks. We'll see you when we see you.